everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going together solve the daily LeetCode problem. So for today's problem, our problem is that we need to compare the version numbers. So I think that in this problem we have two main problems we need to solve. The first one in here is that when we compare the version, and they will have different naming conventions. And for example, like in here, so they will have the different naming conventions. And then so in the second problem is that you can see that in here we need to deal with the leading zeros. And yeah, so I think that in this problem we just need to solve these two problems, and then it can be fine. And yeah, so for the first problem we can see that how can we resolve the leading zeros in each version. So you can see that if we can split the, because each version will be in terms of the string, and then so we can split the string by using the dot, right? So we're just using the dot in here, and then so our string will it will give us the result like this, and 0 1, right? And then all of the elements are the strings. And then so here so we just, for example, if we are given this one, how can we remove the leading zeros? And then we just simply call the integer function, and then it will transform the string into the integer. So the first problem can be solved. Well, the very similar thing we can apply for this one. Yeah, so the second thing is that the disparity between two versions, and then they will have different kind of the sections splitted by the dot. And then so you can see that in here, however, the length of each version is maximum that is just only 500. And then it means that so for example, in the last case for the example 3, and then so somehow we just have the 1 and 0, right? And then so for the version 2 we have 1 0 0 and 0. Yeah, so okay, so in here you can see that we may have the so we always can do the padding. So it means that in here, which means that I can pad all of the 0 in the subsequent, I mean as the following elements of the version 1. So yeah, so here, so what is our strategy? Our strategy in here is that because it cared about the left to right order, and then we just need to yeah, move from left to right, and then we just compare element by the element. Yeah, so in here you can see that, well, and anytime if we see that if the v1 and then greater than the v2 for each pair of the element, and then we can return it exactly to the value of 1. Otherwise, if the v1 each element, so here we can make it clearer by using the v1i greater than v2i, and then so we can see that we can conclude that the v1 greater than v2, and then we can return 1 if the v1i that is smaller than v2i, and then so we can conclude that that would be -1. Otherwise, if all of them are not satisfied, and then it means that they are equal, and then we just return 0. Okay, so the idea is just like that, and then we can do it yeah. So firstly, let's say that we need to have the version 1, and then we need to yeah, let's program it together. So here we just need to split it using the dot, and then we will do similar things for the 2 as the version 2 dot split. And then yeah, so for now we need to find the max length of version 1 and version 2. So max length will be the length of version 2 if the length of version 2 greater than length of version 1. Otherwise, it will be the length of version 1, right? So for now, let's say that we can have we will create the new array with the chunks. Yeah, so yeah, in here I will do it I create another extra memory, but if you don't like to do it, and then so yeah, you still can use the same array as the version 2 or as version 1 or 2 in here. So let's say that if I want to convert all of the chunks to the integer, And then so firstly I will initiate with all of the value and the max length, and very similar things can be done for the version 2 as well. Okay, so after that, and then we just need to populate the value from the original versions to the new array, right? Range of length version 1, right? And then so we populate the value of the version 1 chunks I equal to integer of the version 1 in here. Like, yeah, this one is I've already split it. Okay, so this one sorry, here we will do similar thing for the version 2. And then so we have version 2 chunks I will be equal to the integer of the version 2 right. Okay, so we have already populated the data. So for now we will do the check, for example, like for of the max length, and then we will do the pair check. Version 2 one chunk if that is greater than the version 2 chunks and then we can safely return 1 else the version 2 chunks greater than version 1 chunks right, and then we can return -1, and then else if all the things like equal, and then we just return 0. Okay, list index out of range. Okay, so what happened here? Max length of version 1. See, this one should be the one we have already split it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so with the very simple approach, and then we can get like this 100% in terms of like the complexity. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video, and if you like and if you want to give me more motivations in the future to do more videos for you guys, please give me a comment, and then I think that is a good motivations for me to continue to do videos every day. Yeah, okay, thank you so much for watching my video, and see you next time.